Hey, I encountered something so stupid I really had to get far enough away that the idiocy field was at least bearable. So here I am around planet GJ504b, 57 light years away.
You don't get to join the political destiny of the country by entering it illegally.
This may not be far enough.
Every sensible immigration policy has two objectives. One, to regain control of our borders.
You mean imaginary lines drawn on a map by politicians usually as the result of a war?
So that we decide who enters.
And who's this we? Why can't each of us decide for ourselves whom we're going to allow on our own property? How is this not blatant collectivism?
And two, to find a humane way to deal with the 11 million illegal immigrants who now live among us.
Deal with them peacefully and interact with them voluntarily in a free economy? These don't seem like very difficult questions.
America cannot and will not and should not expel 11 million people.
Okay, good start.
That leaves us with two choices. Ignore them or figure out a way to legalize them.
That's a very telling phrase, legalize them. Yes, immigration restrictions make people illegal. That's what it does.
Ignoring them hasn't worked. But there's also a huge problem with legalization. It creates an irresistible incentive for new illegal immigrants to come.
And the problem with that is...
We say, of course, that this will be the very last, very final, never again, we're not kidding this time, amnesty. And everyone knows it's phony.
So what if it is? Peaceful people have a right to go wherever they want as long as the property owner is fine with them being there. They have a right to work wherever they can find an employer willing to hire them. They have a right to live wherever a landlord is willing to rent to them. What business does government have getting in the way of that?
A vast number of Americans who oppose legalization and fear new waves of immigration would change their minds if we could radically reduce new, i.e. future, illegal immigration. And we can.
Yes, by getting rid of these stupid immigration laws. By the way, read the Constitution. Nowhere in Article 1, Section 8 does it give the federal government the power to restrict immigration. It only allows them to set rules for naturalization.
First, build a barrier.
Yeah, as if that hasn't been tried. Has everyone forgotten when George W. Bush started this program? Take a look at the wall they built. Despite the fact that the wall doesn't come anywhere near covering the entire border and is very easy to go around, there are patches from where they had to fix the wall after Mexicans went through it. That is, when they don't just go over it. And funny how your precious government can't even keep drugs, inanimate objects, from crossing the border, but somehow you expect it to keep clever and creative people from coming in. By the way, we're not the only country being stupid in this way. France and the UK are teaming up to build a wall along the port of Calais to keep migrants from crossing the channel. How people willing to cross a 20-mile channel would be deterred by a 13-foot wall is a mystery solved only in their imagination. More ridiculous is the idea that they wouldn't just walk half a kilometer out of their way to go around it. By the way, most illegal immigrants to the U.S. do not come here via the U.S.-Mexican border. Most illegal immigrants entering the country are coming from Asia or South America and are coming in by air or by boat.
Then enforce two other measures. A national e-verify system that makes it just about impossible to work if you're here illegally.
Look, ya Krauthammer! That works so well as an expletive. There is absolutely no way to do this without tracking legal workers, including natives. So, papers, please.
And a functioning visa tracking system, since 40% of illegal immigrants are visa overstays.
Wait, so 40% of all illegals came here legally and just overstayed their visas? So a wall would stop them how? And all of this is based on his bogus notion that we should be worried about these people for some reason. We shouldn't. Every immigrant creates 1.2 jobs for native workers, even low-skilled workers. They commit crimes less often than their native counterparts, and they use fewer government services for the taxes they pay than their native counterparts. If you want more information on this, see my video, How to Argue for Immigration Restrictions.
And don't tell me that this is our Berlin Wall. When you build a wall to keep people in, that's a prison. When you build a wall to keep people out, that's an expression of sovereignty.
Fun fact, the stated purpose for the Berlin Wall when it was first built was to keep people out, so fascists wouldn't cross over the border into their country and mess up their wonderful communist paradise. It didn't take long at all for that to change. And it's really easy to do. All you have to do is say to the guards, "About face!"
The American people are legitimately angry at the price American society has paid due to illegal immigration.
Only because people like you keep lying to them about it. If they were properly educated about it, they'd see what a benefit these immigrants are. But statists need a scapegoat to blame our problems on so that people won't realize that it's the state that's the cause of most of them. Immigrants, not being a voting bloc, are a very convenient target. Hey, thanks for watching! I debunked this video on request from one of my patrons, It's a Bannons. And if you want to request a video to debunk, go to my Patreon page and pledge $2 a month or more. And as usual, if you enjoyed this video, please hit like and subscribe. And check out How to Argue for Immigration Restrictions, as well as this other video selected just for you.